Here are the top 10 most annoying YouTube comments in 2026. Number 10, first comments. In my younger days, I found this really annoying, but I really don't care about it much anymore. Free engagement for the creator, and it's ultimately harmless. Doesn't mean these comments are not some of the most unoriginal things imaginable, but it's just whatever to me now. I think the more annoying comment is when people argue about who's first. Like, not only did you care enough to comment first, but you also cared enough to argue with other commenters to prove it to you. Just stay in school, bro. Number 9, the assumer. There's a very famous tweet that says, you can say I like pancakes, and somebody will say, so you hate waffles, and it is maybe the most true thing I've ever seen. Speaking as a creator and a commenter, I've experienced and seen this from both perspectives many different times. If I talk about liking a certain game in a video, someone will say, so you don't like this game? If I say Nintendo had some issues with something, someone will comment saying, so you don't think PlayStation has any problems? They just cannot process in their minds that two of these things can be true at once, and it's like they're just trying to find something to argue about. Number 8, anyone here in 2026. This is a classic, and I believe I even talked about this in the first video of the series all the way back in 2019, where was anyone here in 2019? You'll see these around YouTube, but they are especially prominent on music videos. They're in the same category as first comments for me, like they're extremely unoriginal, cringe and pointless, but they are ultimately harmless. These are just cries for attention, which, I mean, I understand in the comment section. It's natural to want to comment you post to get likes and replies, but you really can't think of something a little more original to post. I truly just hope that most of the people commenting this are not adults, because if you're a grown adult posting these comments, what are you doing? Real quick, just want to say to subscribe and check out the rest of the videos in the series from previous years to see what the most annoying comments were going all the way back to 2019. I think I might update the series once a year, but you gotta let me know by subscribing and commenting. Number 7, people who say you forgot something when they didn't watch the video. These ones used to drive me insane, and they have not gone anywhere. I make a lot of ranking videos, and I can't tell you how many times I've seen someone say, can't believe you forgot X, or why didn't you include Y? And either they just didn't make it to that point in the video when it actually was there, or even worse, they did but just weren't listening. If that's the case, it's usually just a harmless mistake, but sometimes they'll use it as a criticism of the video, and when you respond, they'll typically delete the comment because it's just a bad look for them. Even on videos that aren't my own, I see this and I just feel bad for the creator because you're gonna get flack no matter what you do in a video. So getting angry comments because you didn't include something when you actually did is just like, I don't even know what word to use here. Number 6, bot comments. Another classic comment that has been around longer than many YouTube commenters have even been alive, but they are as omnipresent as ever. Oftentimes they'll have like a Mr. Beast logo and say something like free giveaway with a suspicious link, and they'll comment like 5 times on a video. I truly hope no one falls for these, but sadly they probably do get a lot of young kids who don't know better to click on them. Then there's also bot comments I don't see as much anymore, but I still want to include in this section, which are the wannabe friends comments or comments just saying good video and nothing else, and typically it's just some random channel that obviously didn't watch the video. These are almost always engagement farming to get people to check out their channel and sub. And while it seems like the giveaway comments and those kind of bot comments are still around, it's at least good I don't see the wannabe friends comments as much anymore, because like 4 or 5 years ago, they were just everywhere. Number 5, the main character. So I don't even know if this is the right term for this one, but to explain what I mean, have you ever been in a comment section or a thread anywhere else online where you see someone who isn't the original poster going comment to comment, arguing with every single person, even when they're not being talked to? They typically are not doing this for positive reasons, but more often than not, they just want to be different, and they want to try and correct anyone who disagrees with them. Now, people who can't process any sort of disagreement is something I will get to shortly, but this is a different genre. You'll have people comment like 40 times on a video in a bunch of different comment threads trying to debate everyone, when more often than not, it's just not worth it because the topic isn't actually that important. Not saying having any sort of debate is wrong, and not saying that all of these people necessarily want attention, but after a while, all I can say is just chill out. Like, make your own video at that point. It's not worth spending probably an hour or two just going comment to comment trying to argue with everyone. If it's your own video, I completely understand, but if it's just a random video, like, what exactly are you getting out of this? Number 4, repeated jokes. So I used to have repeated jokes as separate entries in these videos, but I'm just gonna group them together here. You probably know what I mean. Like the 10 views, 50 likes, go home YouTube, you're drunk. The nobody comments where it's like nobody semicolon, and then something below it like YouTuber does this thing. We got blank before GTA 6. 1 like equals. Just things like that. There are so many of them and they've been around for a long time. I kind of consider these to be like 2019 humor because these jokes haven't evolved since 2019. They've pretty much stayed the same. Let me know in the comments what your least favorite repeated jokes are because there's probably a ton I'm forgetting. Number 3, the Pedantic Pete. I can almost guarantee most of you have seen these people in the comments. You ever look in a comment section and see someone pull up, well, actually, and then proceed to correct a tiny mistake? And to be clear, I'm not talking about people who are doing this in good faith and might say something as well as praise the video. Like maybe someone got a year wrong and someone says, I really like the video, but just want to say this game came out in this year, not this year. And that's usually perfectly fine unless there's like 30 other people who have commented the same thing, because at that point it's kind of just like beating a dead horse because so many other people have said it and it's not unique anymore. Anyway, what I'm trying to talk about is like a random guy who angrily comments on an hour-long video because a word was pronounced wrong. Like that's your entire takeaway from the video? Nothing else interested you enough to comment except one microscopic issue? These people are just insufferable and usually act this way because they have nothing better to do. They just seem like the type of kids to snitch on someone in school for getting their homework done before the teacher sees it. It's like they click in this video, crack their knuckles, sit up in their seat, and get ready to analyze it to just find one minute mistake that they can comment about. Like they just go into these videos to put you down. And all I can say is if you want to comment something that was a mistake in the video, you obviously don't have to do this, but my suggestion is just spend like 20 seconds looking in the comments to see if it's been brought up. And if you did genuinely like the video, comment something else with it in addition, because then it will make your comment bear more weight instead of just looking like you wanted to argue about something. Number 2, AI accusations. So AI YouTube videos are a very real thing, and since they have become more prevalent, a lot of viewers have started hallucinating AI. By that, I mean scripts and voiceovers, sometimes thumbnails. One time someone, quote unquote, called me out for using an AI voice, so I sent him a voice reply, and funnily enough, I never got a response. I also once had someone tell me that Danny, who you may remember some previous videos in the series, was either an AI or made an AI of his own voice, which was funny since the guy was saying it seriously. I've had plenty of commenters simply comment inflammatory things like cool AI script bro or AI slap, and I've responded to them a few times and gave them a chance to explain why they think that. And it's almost always no response or something like, I don't know, it just sounded AI. Or then they just say something like, oh, it was just too well written. And that of course makes no sense, but I'm literally replying to them and handing them the mic to go ahead and back up why it's AI, and they almost never actually care to go and back it up because they either can't or they don't actually care about calling out actual AI content. They just think everything is AI and nothing can change their mind. I also just feel like you have to be perfect nowadays on YouTube or you'll get called AI. If you make one mistake, it's not because you made an honest human error, it's because the AI hallucinated something, right? Like one time I was talking about the Luigi's Mansion series, and I confused the ghost that was in Dark Moon for being in the original, and that was enough to make a couple commenters proclaim it must have been AI. I actually got one comment on a video pointing out how bad and misinformed he thought the video was, but he mentioned how it was just badly researched but not AI since the video was from like 2018. Now I disagree with the comment, but at least he didn't make any accusations, but I cannot say the same for some other people. I was actually uploading some shorts last year, which were just snippets of old videos, and were written and uploaded well before AI, and I got comments saying AI voice and things like, I have a suspicion this is AI, when the original video was from like 2020. I see it on way more channels too, and it's just incredibly annoying when it's obviously not an AI script or AI voice. But these people just not only hallucinate AI, but just feel the need to use it as an attack to discredit the creator's work, whether it's accurate or not. I also want to give an honorable mention to people who don't understand time, sort of like the comments on old videos I mentioned. But you ever see a comment where someone is like, where is whatever thing, and that thing is newer than the video? Like I've had people legitimately ask where the PS5 startup is in my console startups video from 2018. The PS5 released in late 2020. Like, it really is not that hard to look at an upload date. Another one is very personal to me, and probably not something you notice many times, but when someone tries to critique the channel based on that one video, and that video will be like years old, like I'll be the first to admit some of my videos from like 7 to 8 years ago aren't the greatest, but when someone in 2026 comments on it, being snarky and saying how the channel sucks because there was issues with this video, can you at least find a video that's a little more recent? I feel like they probably don't even care to check the date, because just like with the pedantic comments, they just want to find something to argue about and they just want to put down other people. Number 1, the guy who can't handle opinions. This transcends YouTube comments and extends into real life, but since people can hide behind a screen here, they show up much more online. What's funny is how meaningless so many of these opinions really are. Like you're telling me someone wrote an essay filled with rage and vitriol because someone likes a different song than you or doesn't like a video game you like? Obviously, it's perfectly fine to disagree and state why you disagree, but the most obnoxious people you know will berate others for harmless opinions and prop their own opinions up as objective facts. It is quite literally impossible for opinion to be wrong if it is truly an opinion that's not based on fact, but it's like some people have like a mental block that will not allow them to realize that. Now listen, I realize sometimes people say something that might seem really odd, like if their favorite game of all time is Paper Mario Sticker Star, but is that really a reason to get angry? Like, I've been on YouTube for nearly 11 years now, and it still boggles my mind how some people, especially adults, care so much. Like, a lot of these commenters are not children, many of them just act like children. And that is what I believe to be the top 10 most annoying YouTube comments in 2026. There's plenty of other ones you might prefer, like people who beg for likes, people who beg for pins, people who point at very obvious things in videos, but I want to know your top 10, because again, this is very subjective. Now, go ahead and subscribe and check out my other content, and I also do want to just say, don't go out of your way to harass any commenters because they write an annoying comment. This video is mostly meant for entertainment. Like, I just try to ignore most of these comments nowadays. For the most part, just ignore these people, and if you do engage, and they haven't done anything to be rude to anyone, don't harass them, because they don't deserve it for just writing something like first or thank you for the likes, because at the end of the day, none of this really matters that much. Anyway, thanks for watching, bye.